Welcome to Sinful's Horror Stories. Tonight's video is something totally different. I will be narrating 2-sentence horror stories. Although these stories are very short in length, the 2 sentences that are available to us can be even more horrifying. Take time, think about what you're listening to, and stay sinful. I begin tucking him into bed, and he tells me, "Daddy, check for monsters under my bed." I look underneath for his amusement and see him, another him under the bed, staring back at me and quivering, whispering, "Daddy, there's somebody on my bed." The doctors told the amputee he might experience a phantom limb from time to time. Nobody prepared him for the moments, though, when he felt cold fingers brush across his phantom hand. I can't move, breathe, speak, or hear, and it's so dark all the time. If I knew it would be like this lonely, I would have been cremated instead. Don't be scared of the monsters. Just look for them. Look to your left, to your right, under your bed, behind your dresser, in your closet, but never look up. She hates being seen. I woke up to hear knocking on the glass. At first I thought it was a window, until I heard it come from the mirror again. The grinning face stared at me from the darkness beyond my bedroom window. I live on the 14th floor. Working the night shift alone tonight, there is a face in the cellar, staring at the security camera. They delivered the mannequins in bubble wrap. From the main room, I began to hear popping. You get home tired after a long day's work and ready for a relaxing night alone. You reach for the light switch, but another hand is already there. You start to drift off into a comfortable sleep when you hear your name being whispered. You live alone. My wife woke me up last night to tell me there was an intruder in our house. She was murdered by the intruder 2 years ago. The funeral attendees never came out of the catacombs. Something locked the crypt door from the inside. I was having a pleasant dream when what sounded like hammering woke me. After that, I could barely hear the muffled sound of dirt covering the coffin over my own screams. After working a hard day, I came home to see my girlfriend cradling our child. I didn't know which was more frightening, seeing my dead girlfriend and stillborn child, or noticing that someone broke into my apartment to place them there. You hear your mom calling you into the kitchen. As you are heading down the stairs, you hear a whisper from the closet saying, "Don't go down there, honey. I heard it too." "Officer, I just looked away for a second. My baby was gone." I sobbed helplessly. "That's better." I sounded much more convincing this time, I thought with a smile as I finally picked up the phone to call the police. Nurse's note. Born 7 pounds 10 ounces, 18 inches long, 32 fully formed teeth. Silent, always smiling. I found a dead body in my trunk today, which is strange because I remember putting 2 in there yesterday. You hear the scream across the hallway, but your eyes won't open and you can't move. Being the first to respond to a fatal car accident is always the most traumatic thing I see as a police officer. But today, when the crushed body of the little dead child boy strapped in his car seat opened his eyes and giggled at me when I tried to peel him out of the wreckage. I immediately knew that today would be my last day on the force. I had always wondered why my cat cried when I left her alone at night. The night after we buried her, I awoke to the sensation, someone stroking my hair in a rough voice, close to my ear whispering, "Good kitty." I peeked outside. The pizza delivery guy is at the door, but I didn't order a pizza, and definitely not from someone wearing a pig mask. I have a friend named Charlie. I'm playing at his house, but it's cold down here in the basement. I wonder when Charlie will let me go home. If you get scared at night, don't keep your eyes closed for too long. There's a reason you're scared, and now you can't see it approach. Grandpa died smoking a cigar in his favorite chair. We got a new one, but from the ash marks he leaves behind, he has a new favorite chair. My husband woke me up by kissing my cheek when he got home late. This morning I checked my phone. He stayed with a friend last night. I like to sing in the shower sometimes. When I got out of the last one, the fogged up mirror read, "You have a lovely voice, and I live alone." My wife just ran in to ask me if I was okay, because she could hear my terrible coughing fit from across the house. I wasn't coughing. I had a dream that a man was watching me sleep from outside my bedroom window. When I woke up, I found footprints inside next to my bed. My TV keeps turning on by itself. It's annoying, but what's more worrisome is how it only shows footage of me standing in my living room. "It's safe to come out now, sweetie," Dad said reassuringly, his blue eyes shining at me through the gap in the bedroom door. He's been saying that for hours, but it doesn't change the fact that my dad's eyes are green. My girlfriend is scared of horror movies. They make her paranoid, which can be tricky when I'm watching her through her living room window. I found a new bottle of my best friend's favorite scotch on the kitchen counter today. He died in a drunk driving accident 6 years ago. I have a reoccurring dream. I'm murdered by a man I'd never met. I thought it was stupid until I went on a blind date and saw the same man at the table. Tired of causing pain to those around him, Peter jumped from the rooftop in a bid to end his own life. He soon found himself on the sidewalk below, still very much alive, with the crushed body of a little girl beneath him. I was always told not to play with my food, as it is a blessing to eat. However, I'm one to tease my meals, and killing is always such a treat. I had guests over today. They seemed to be really nice, so I introduced my hobby. It's quite technical, you see, and I'm no good with words, so I had to show them. I really think my skills are improving. I almost didn't have to break any bones this time, and I do like the way they hang there, all strung up, an occasional whimper, dripping past their mutilated lips like so much blood. A knock at the door, and "Could you help us?" I hear. I glance outside once, and never more, for the kids' eyes were black, and their faces asked her. Finally, to his car he drove away from there as fast as he could. When he felt safe enough to breathe, a voice from the back seat said, "Leaving so soon?" I had 3 seconds of sight left. I was fascinated by how much my brains resembled oatmeal, spattered on the concrete. Being one of the first people on the moon has its perks. being the only one to be forgotten doesn't. Please stop, I whimpered as he fastened my arm to the table. If you let me go, I won't tell anyone. He looked up at me with a wicked smile. How do you think I got you? They gave you to me. As I walked up the driveway with my new friend, I introduced him to my dad. What friend? He asked with bewilderment in his eyes. I sat up from this horrible nightmare that a gruesome-faced man was trying to get into my home. All of a sudden, I heard my daughter screaming. I ran down the hall, and she was hiding her face in the pillow screaming and crying and said, "A man was watching me outside." I'm all alone during a storm when the power goes out. Lightning strikes, and there's a man standing in my hallway with a knife. I woke up to the sound of screams and the feel of immense heat surrounding me. Sobbing as the torture began again, I remembered hell wasn't a made-up place. I hope you guys enjoyed those 2-sentence horror stories. I know a lot of you guys enjoy the long, drawn-out stories, but here's something different and unique. Please be sure to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe for future content. Email your true scaries to thesinfulsavant@gmail.com. I'll leave my email in the description box below as well. Till we meet again, stay sinful.